Sir, thank you.
Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Divine Healing Valley Spirituality and Healing Meet. I am Shashi Dhar, your host, and I welcome all the guests and all the regular participants here for our session today. And the topic for today is a new program that we are starting, which is 7 Spiritual Laws of Life. So that's what we're going to cover today. So we're going to cover we give the overview of what is a spiritual law and what are the 7 spiritual laws that we're going to talk about in the subsequent sessions. And of course, we have some brainstorming discussion on the understanding of the spiritual law. Correct? So when we talk of 7 spiritual laws of success, first of all, let me give you the context. This is taken from the book of Deepak Chopra, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So we're going to cover these 7 spiritual laws. And let me first tell you that this is not a comprehensive list. The universal laws or spiritual laws can be more. So which is perfectly okay. We will first see the understanding of these 7 spiritual laws. And if any one of you wants to cover some other laws, which we can discuss, and if required, we can cover that in the subsequent sessions. So first of all, this is not a comprehensive list. Some people have said 12 spiritual laws. Somebody has said even more, right? So these we are going to talk of the 7 spiritual laws as outlined by Mr. Deepak Chopra in his book of 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. So that is the context, right? Yes. So now, what is a spiritual law? If I ask you that, what do you understand by spiritual laws? Anyway, what is your understanding? And I hope all of you have seen the post. So कुछ तो आपको post से idea लगा होगा कि हम किस चीज की बात करने वाले हैं. Yes. What is your understanding of spiritual laws? And if you are already on the path of spirituality and healing, आपकी spiritual journey में थोड़ा सा भी अगर you can say velocity है, momentum है, तो आपने ये laws के बारे में आप जानते होंगे. Yes. तो कोई भी share कर सकता है. Anything that comes to your mind when we are talking of spiritual laws.
I think spiritual laws means एक to have the life on the right track and the right path to live. What is
Okay.
the right path to live? How can you achieve that path which gives you peace, which gives you, which is, how to face all the challenges of life. That is, I think, spirituality teaches us that. This is what my understanding. And what is the right path which we should take so that you know how where is your life going. You know that you are making your own future. This is
Okay.
what is my understanding. I don't
Okay,
know. Not
perfect.
very
Very,
sure.
very good understanding. So let's acknowledge Simiji. That's her understanding. Of course, we will see what the universal laws actually are meant for. But yes, that's a very good understanding. A very good place to start. Yes. Anybody else? And meanwhile, let me welcome Bhavna Singh ji. Welcome. Yes. Anybody else who would like to share?
Shashi Dhar ji, in my view, spiritual laws would mean, though you have written all the 7 laws in the message before, basically it means that these are the cardinal principles which are like always true and unconditional. So I mean, it's like a representation, if I may say, about how the universe is governed.
Excellent. Very
And
good.
yeah, so that is what is my understanding.
Very good.
So
Very good understanding, Vijay ji. So let's acknowledge Vijay ji and Simi ji. That's as close to the right answer, I would say. So let us understand what we mean by the spiritual laws. So let us first understand that the universe is a creation, correct? The whole universe is ये पूरा ब्रह्मांड जो है एक physical world है, physical universe है और physical अगर है तो इसकी creation हुई है. अब इसकी creation और इसकी functioning कैसे हो रही है? That is what is outlined in these spiritual laws. So the spiritual laws are basically how God created the whole universe. Now I'm saying God because there is one energy or one source which is the source of all creation of the universe. So we are saying how the universe got created and how it is functioning. So even right now, if you just consider a very simple example, in our solar system, Earth is moving around the sun, Moon is moving around the Earth, and the whole process is there. The whole solar system is moving in the whole universe, so galaxy, and everything is in motion, right? Obviously, there is an intelligent force which is governing all these actions in the universe. तो फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में बहुत एक्शंस हो रहे हैं और उन सबको गवर्न कर रहे हैं कोई एक इंटेलिजेंस. तो वो इंटेलिजेंस ऐसे कौन से लॉज हैं जिनसे वो ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, जिनसे कि वो पूरा यूनिवर्स बहुत परफेक्ट चल रहा है. There has been no collision except for some meteors falling on here and there, but that is inconsequential with respect to the overall functioning of the universe, correct? So billions of years the sun has been shining and life on planet Earth is possible, yes. So obviously there is some intelligence which is functioning and keeping the universe in its right place of action, correct? Everything is in dynamic motion, right? तो डायनेमिक एग्जिस्टेंस में है सब, और उसके लिए जो भी लॉस हैं वो स्पिरिचुअल लॉस हैं. अब अगर हम इन स्पिरिचुअल लॉस को समझ लेते हैं, विल इट बी impactful and helpful in creating our own life? That is what is the question. So that is where we take on the understanding of the spiritual laws. As a human being, we have many concepts and beliefs which have been drilled into our mind, correct? कुछ पास्ट लाइफ संस्कार हैं, कुछ इंसेस्ट्रल जेनेटिक संस्कार हैं, हमारे कुछ कंडीशनिंग से आ रहे हैं इस जन्म के. इन सब की वजह से हमारे माइंड में बहुत कंसेप्ट्स हैं, बहुत बिलीफ्स हैं. So the understanding of the spiritual laws is actually to ensure that all our beliefs and all our, you can say, conditioning, तो हमारे जो भी ओपिनियन हैं, जो भी बिलीफ्स हैं, ये सब स्पिरिचुअल लॉज पे बेस्ड होने चाहिए, नॉट our own preferences and what has been taught to us by other people. So when we understand these spiritual laws, then we will be able to run our life, as Simiji said and Vijayji said, we will be able to run our life in such a way that it is absolutely in perfect alignment with the spiritual laws. And that will make us live a life full of power, freedom, love, peace, joy. That is the context. Yes, yes, Vijayji, you raise your hand.
Yeah, so so I agree in the sense that the laws are there. So whether one likes it or not, they will apply. So it's a matter of aligning oneself with the laws, or if we don't align with them, then we will be just struggling and be in pain, you know. So it will allow us to understand and accept where we are headed. I guess that's what I thought.
Absolutely, perfect. That is the right understanding. So that is the whole concept of spiritual laws. Because see, the law which actually makes the rivers flow, which makes the grass and the trees grow, because it is happening very naturally. कोई उस पे मॉनिटरिंग जो भी हो रही है वो यूनिवर्सल इंटेलिजेंस के हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली दे आर फॉलोइंग सम स्पिरिचुअल लॉज व्हिच मेक्स देम ग्रो इन एब्सोल्युटली ब्रिलियंस एंड परफेक्शन एंड एक्सीलेंस, राइट? तो अगर हम वो लॉज समझ लें तो हमारी लाइफ भी उसी हिसाब से फ्लो करेगी नेचुरली, एंड वी विल बी एट ईज विदाउट एनी स्ट्रगल. So we will be living in love, peace and joy. So that is the basic understanding. तो हमारे जितने भी concepts हैं, जितने भी beliefs हैं, क्या वो universal law पे टिके हैं? Then we are on the right path. If no, then we are heading for problem. Then we are heading for disaster. Then we are heading for accidents and turmoils and breakdowns in life. So that is what we have to look at. Today, if you see, the whole world, life as such on planet Earth is in total chaos, confusion, turmoil. Outside world is always chaos. Why? Because people have not understood the spiritual laws, and even if they have understood, they are not able to apply that in their lives. So there is total confusion, chaos, disorder. And if you want to bring peace, if you want to bring harmony, if you want to bring balance, the only context is our opinion, our beliefs should be based on the spiritual laws. So have I said the context right, or anybody has anything to ask? So why the spiritual law should be followed? I have answered that question now. If anybody has that question, you should have got the answer, right? And meanwhile, Bhavna ji and Veena ji, welcome. If you're comfortable, you should switch on the videos. Yes. So is that clear to everybody? या किसी को कोई discussion करनी है? Right. So let us understand it more. Like Vijay ji just said, the spiritual laws are there. मतलब ये है. It is like the physical law of gravity. There is a physical law, we know that. Science has already established it, law of gravity. अब ये law of gravity को हम माने या ना माने, जाने या ना जाने, कोई फर्क पड़ता है? नहीं. Law of gravity will always apply. Which in short means, if I open the window, instead of the doors and the stairs and the lift, if I open the window and I go out, I will go down. That is law of gravity, very simple. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता मैं साधु हूँ, संत हूँ, बहुत ज्ञानी हूँ, या कोई बेवकूफ हूँ, या कोई पागल हूँ, या कोई क्रिमिनल हूँ, doesn't matter. If I jump out of the window, I go down. That is law of gravity. Yes, in simple words. अभी रात के 12 बजे भी उतना ही इफेक्टिव है जितना सुबह 3:30 बजे या 4 बजे. आप ट्राई कर सकते हैं, right? So law of gravity always works. It is better for us to understand that law of gravity and make our life more simple and effective. In fact, law of gravity की वजह से ही planes take off करते हैं. उनको use करके we go against the gravity and then we take off. All the flights are designed in such a way, correct? So when we know the law of gravity, we can make use of it and apply that in our life so that it is beneficial. Similarly, when we talk of spiritual laws, if we understand the spiritual laws, we will be able to apply that in our life and then make our life simple, easy, and perfect without any struggles, and it will be absolutely, we will experience love, peace, and joy in our life. That is the whole context, correct? So I hope I have made it amply clear why spiritual laws are important. Now let us look at the overview of spiritual laws, 7 laws that we're going to talk of. So the first law is law of pure potentiality. So when Deepak Chopra talks of law of pure potentiality, it basically means at the essence who we are. So we are a human being. Yes. We are a triune being, we can say, of body, mind, and soul. But in essence, we are a soul with a body and mind. Correct? We are not a body with a soul. We are a soul with a body. So we are embodied souls, you can say. Now, when we talk of embodied soul, so we know that we are consciousness. So pure consciousness is our essence, which is the nature of the soul. So सत चित आनंद जो है वो soul की हमारी basic quality है, right? So he is talking of at the being level, all human beings are, because we are all human beings, huh? We are not human doings or human havings, we are human beings. So as a level of human being, who we are being is pure consciousness or divine. So that is the first understanding which he brings up very beautifully, and we are going to cover that in the next week in details. But basic understanding is being level पे हम कौन हैं? And this law says that at being level we are pure consciousness, pure divinity, and that is our essence. So आत्मा basic quality सच्चित आनंद है, परमात्मा का एक अंश है, right? And that is our essence. So being level पे we are all divine. Yes? So this is the first law which talks of law of pure potentiality. Law of pure consciousness, I also call that law of being, who we are being in life. Correct? Being जरूरी है because being के बाद ही हमारा doing or having शुरू होता है. There are 3 domains in which we operate: who we are being, what we are doing, and what we are having. Having means what is the experience. हमारे life experiences कैसे हैं. So the flow of life is always from being to doing and doing to having. So who we are being is most critical, and this is what we are going to explore in the first session, which is going to be next week, and we talk of in-depth wisdom of law of pure potentiality, right? So that is as much as a short summary I could give. Anybody has any doubts or questions, or if you want to share something, please go ahead. We talk of each law and then I give you opportunity to ask or share. What is opening up when you hear this? Yes, Veena ji, you want to share something?
I think it's a very common question, but I would still like to ask is that for last 5 years, I've been too much into spirituality, and I can't tell you how much effort I've made, left, right, center, telepathically talking, praying for everybody around my circle. But I mean, I can't. I mean, I'm at a stage as मुझे लगता है अब कुछ ही ना करो तो बेहतर है. मुझे लगता
Okay.
है कि एक्शन ही ना लो, बस सोच लो, अच्छा सोचो, क्योंकि मैं कुछ कर नहीं पा रही हूँ एक्चुअली.
ओके. तो जब आप बोलती है मैंने स्पिरिचुअलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा कर ली है, तो स्पिरिचुअलिटी में बहुत ज़्यादा या बहुत कम नहीं होता. स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज ए जर्नी. करेक्ट. हमारी लाइफ की एक जर्नी है, एंड हाउ वी आर मूविंग फॉरवर्ड in the evolution of our process. That means evolution of our journey. That is what is spirituality. Correct. So spirituality journey क्या है? It is a journey from ego consciousness to soul consciousness, or you can say body consciousness to the soul consciousness. हम सब body consciousness में पैदा होते हैं. जैसे ही पैदा हुए एक नाम मिल गया, शशिधर, ठप्पा लग गया, राइट. हिंदू ब्राह्मण फैमिली एंड शशिधरन नाम आ गया. उसके बाद कोई भी शशिधर बुलाता है, हाँ जी प्रेजेंट, प्रेजेंट मैम, यस सर, शुरू हो गए. तो वी आर आइडेंटिफाइड विद द बॉडी राइट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. तो वी आर कंडीशनड इनटू बॉडी कॉन्शियसनेस. यस और नो? अभी भी मैं अगर बोलूं ओहो अमित जी जूम सेशन में हैं, कैसे देख रहा हूँ, मेरे को दिख रहे हैं, वो विजय जी बैठे हुए हैं, मेरे को दिख रहे हैं, वीना जी हैं. तो वी आर आइडेंटिफाइंग ईच अदर विद द बॉडी. तो हमारा पहला कॉन्शियसनेस कहाँ जा रहा है? बॉडी कॉन्शियसनेस. तो स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज अ जर्नी ऑफ और फ्रॉम
Body
बॉडी
to soul.
कॉन्शियसनेस टू द सोल कॉन्शियसनेस. करेक्ट. तो हमको अपने आप को एक आत्मा है, ये ज्ञान हमको मिलेगा और ये अपनी लाइफ में आना चाहिए. लाइक स्वामी विवेकानंद very beautifully said, the purpose of the life is to manifest the divinity that you are, not to know that I am divine. Knowing तो बहुत पहले आ जाती है, उसको manifest करना. If I am divine, there is no doubt about it, I am so part of the divine, so I am divine. Am I manifesting divinity in my karma? Am I manifesting divinity in my life? Then that is the spiritual journey we are on to. Otherwise, it is all a theory, a concept. It's not going to work. Right? So, Vinaji, be in the process, be in this inquiry, and you won't have to put in efforts. Spirituality, koi effort nahi hota hai. It happens. Correct? Only thing is, we have to align ourselves with the spiritual law. So, let us understand the spiritual laws and let us see how it can propel or give momentum or give a booster dose to our spiritual progress. That is what we're going to look at. Okay. So, let's acknowledge Vinaji. Yeah. Yes. It takes a lot of courage to share where you are. Okay. All right, good. So everybody clear on the first law, law of pure potentiality, law of being, law of, you can say, existence. How are you existing on this planet Earth in this lifetime? That is the law of pure potentiality. And Amitji's favorite statement, we are all gods in amnesia. So that is a very, very handy statement which can remind you of this law. Correct? So we'll see more of this in the next session. The first session is going to be very, very deep, and we are going to look into the depth of what this law can offer us in our life. Now we come to the second law. Second spiritual law is outlined as law of giving, and it is extended as law of giving and receiving. Yes, this is simple. So I think many people would have read this and many people would like to share on this. So let's have some sharing. What do you understand by this law when Deepak Chopra has outlined as law of giving?
Yes. Basically, this is what goes around comes around.
Okay.
जो आप
What goes
दोगे,
around
वो आपको
comes
वापस
back.
मिलेगा.
Okay. Okay. All right. That is one. But the very important thing, and let's acknowledge Simiji for that. Now, so that's a very perfect way of you can say understanding the or explaining the law. Law of giving and receiving. Whatever you give, it comes back to you. Correct. So it is like it's like a circle. You initiate, when you give, you initiate a chain and you receive it back.
Is it law of karma?
Yeah, that is also, you can relate to it, which will be the next law. law of karma or law of cause and effect. We're going to see that in the next law. Both of these are interconnected, you can say. And understanding is more or less, if you expand one law, you will reach the other law. तो पहले law of giving and receiving को बड़े आसान तरीके से समझते हैं. First of all, you need to understand it is called law of giving and receiving, not law of receiving and giving. Which means what? आपको पहले मिलता नहीं है, आपको पहले देना पड़ता है. हम अक्सर लाइफ में कैसे जीते हैं? हे भगवान, मंदिर में भी जाते हैं तो हे भगवान मेरी जॉब क्लियर हो जाए, मेरे एग्जाम में पास हो जाऊं तो मैं 101 रुपए का प्रसाद चढ़ाऊंगा. तो व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग, ये कर दो, लिस्ट पकड़ा दी भगवान जी को ट्यूसडे मंदिर में जाके, और ये अगर हो गया तो मैं अगले ट्यूसडे को आके 101 रुपए का प्रसाद चढ़ाऊंगा. वेरी गुड. तो यू आर चेंज द स्पिरिचुअल लॉ इनटू लॉ ऑफ रिसीविंग एंड गिविंग. मेरे को मिलेगा तो मैं दूंगा, नहीं चलने वाला है. आप स्पिरिचुअल लॉ के अगेंस्ट जा रहे हैं. You have to first give and then receive, because giving starts a process. It is a cyclic process. It starts when you start giving, you start the process of receiving. Correct? तो जो कुछ आपको चाहिए वही चीज आपको देना है. Now it may sound very stupid. You would say मेरे पास है ही नहीं तो तुम क्या. Correct? तो आपको मान लीजिए 1 लाख रुपए चाहिए. आप बोले आप मेरे को 1 लाख रुपए नहीं मिलेंगे, जब मिलेंगे तो मैं 1000 दे सकता हूँ, या तब मैं 1000 रुपए दूंगा. No, right now what can you give? Look at that. And then what you want to manifest in your life, whatever are your intentions, whatever is your desire, it's a whole process how you're going to manifest it. But first this law says is, देखिए law being तो clear हो गया हमारा. Being में हम कौन है, वो पहला law है. अब हम आ रहे हैं doing और having में, है ना. तो doing में पहला स्पिरिचुअल लॉ जो है वो बोलते हैं लॉ ऑफ गिविंग एंड रिसीविंग. जो कुछ आपको चाहिए वो पहले देना शुरू करो. You want big things in your life, start giving small things in the process. आपके पास अगर 1 लाख रुपए आपको चाहिए तो आपके पास 50,000 नहीं होंगे देने के लिए, आपके पास 100 रुपए हैं. 100 रुपए दे सकते हो किसी को, किसी भी गरीब को बिस्किट का पैकेट दे सकते हो, किसी जानवर को रोटी खिला सकते हो. हाँ, पेट्स हैं जो भी हैं, तो कुछ तो दोगे. इनिशिएट तो करो, स्टार्ट गिविंग. When you start giving, you initiate the process of receiving. But don't give it with an intention कि मैं ये दूंगा तो मेरे को वो मिलेगा, तब भी नहीं चलने वाला है. Because you can't manipulate the universe. Your intention should be of giving, pure giving, without any expectation, and then see the magic. अब कोई बोले मैं तो दे ही नहीं सकता अभी भी. ओके, आप कुछ और दे सकते हो, दुआएं दे सकते हो लोगों को, उसमें तो पैसे नहीं लगते. हम गालियां देते हैं, हम बद दुआएं देते हैं. तो अगर आप दुआएं दोगे तो दुआएं कमाओगे. दुआएं कमाओगे तो पैसे के साथ जब दुआएं कमाते हैं वो खुशियां आ जाते हैं. When you earn money, you get comfort. How do you get happiness? जब आप दुआएं कमाते हैं, then you get happiness and joy in your life. तो पैसे तो सभी कमाते हैं कुछ ना कुछ करके, लेकिन अगर दुआओं के साथ पैसे कमाओगे, then you will open up the door of joy and peace in your life. Love, peace and joy will come to you, क्योंकि आपने वो साइकिल इनिशिएट कर दिया. तो everybody clear on this law of giving and receiving? Starts with giving and then you start receiving. अब बोलो मैं देता रहूं देता रहूं देता रहूं, कब तक देता रहूं? जिंदगी भर देते रहो, जब तक सांस चल रही है देते रहो. And always remember, unless you exhale, you cannot inhale. Can you inhale? Can you keep on inhaling? लेना है लेना है लेना है लेना है, नहीं. पहले आपको एक्सेल करना पड़ेगा, तभी आप इनहेल कर पाओगे. Right? If you exhale completely, then you can take the whole inhalation. I'm not going to the science of pranayama, but just telling you, unless you exhale, you cannot inhale. Right? So the process is still, the whole universe is telling you that only. Start giving. Clear? Second law clear है, law of giving and receiving. We're going to look at it in more details when we talk of this in the second law, which will be do after this, after the law of pure potentiality. Third spiritual law, law of karma or law of cause and effect, which is Sushil ji was saying. Now, this is easy. Everybody has understood this in many, many ways. We're going to look at in complete details into what kind of karmic debts, bondages, attachments, karmic imprints, karmic accounts, all these details we will go into, types of karma, the quality of karma, all these things we will be looking into when we come into this law. But basically, what this says is, law of karma says is cause and effect. Everything in this universe is governed by cause and effect. Physical universe में जो कुछ है cause and effect है. अगर कुछ हो रहा है तो उसकी एक वजह है. There is a cause. Yes. So, if you understand the cause, then you will be able to accept the effect. Correct? So this is law of cause and effect. The whole universe is governed by this. And only thing is, we say divine intervention. When we see the effect and we cannot figure out the cause, then it becomes a divine intervention. If हो गया, पता नहीं चल रहा क्यों हो रहा है, तो मैजिक हो गया, मिरेकल हो गया, भगवान का आशीर्वाद है. Correct? Because you know, you can see the effect, but you don't know what caused it. So that is divine grace, divine blessings, and divine intervention. So we will also get into these details of law of karma or cause and effect. But in general, the law says whatever is happening in this universe is governed by cause and effect. अगर कुछ हो रहा है तो इसके पीछे एक cause है. Identify the cause and the mystery of effect will be solved. Correct? Beyond this universe, if you transcend this universe, then what happens? Then you go into the realm of divinity. परमात्मा के लेवल पे पहुंच जाओगे. And परमात्मा is referred to as a causeless cause. स्वयंभू बोलते हैं ना, तो भगवान स्वयंभू हैं. ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश की ट्रिनिटी को स्वयंभू बोलते हैं, बिकॉज दे एग्जिस्ट बियॉन्ड द एक्सिस्टेंस. उनके इफेक्ट में कोई कॉज नहीं है. दे आर द कॉजलेस कॉज. दे आर द सोर्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग इन दिस यूनिवर्स. So the whole universe is coming out from them, or the whole universe is a manifestation of the ultimate source of everything, which Advait says as Brahman. We call that in Bhakti Yoga as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, right? So that is the source, and everything else is a manifestation or pouring out from the source. So everything is an effect. And the source of all these effect is a causeless cause. So we will see more of this when we talk of the karma. So Shishilji, you talked of law of karma, cause and effect. I hope introduction is okay. Any questions anybody has on the first three laws that we have talked so far? And I need some interaction, huh? Varna monologue lagta hai. So you should ask question, you should share whatever is opening up for you. Then it will be interesting. Yes.
I just want to say that we've just talked about three laws, and every law, whenever you're describing, there's some process happening, and I'm thinking of some questions, but I think this will deviate the current context of the session, because we need to just quickly touch upon the seven sessions.
Don't worry on that. I will ensure the flow. Don't worry. Whatever is coming up in your mind, you should ask, because it will benefit others. If you have a question in mind, you should immediately bounce it up. If it is okay, I will answer it. Otherwise, I will say I will answer it in the session later on. No problem.
Sure. So
Yes.
we'll ask.
Yeah.
Yes, Sushilji, go ahead.
Agar, if the law of karma, cause and effect, apply, if it is a universal law, then how come Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are out of it?
I didn't get that.
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh भी इसके बाहर कैसे होंगे? अगर ये यूनिवर्सल लॉ है और नेचुरल लॉ है, स्पिरिचुअल लॉ है, तो वो तो सभी को गवर्न करेगा. तो आपने कहा ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश तो बियॉन्ड दिस लॉ है, वो इसके बियॉन्ड कैसे होंगे? तो
यूनिवर्स से आप क्या समझते हो? इस पूरे ब्रह्मांड से आप क्या समझते हो? किसको बोल रहे हो आप ब्रह्मांड?
ब्रह्मांड किसको बोलता हूँ? तो मेरे छोटे से ब्रह्मांड में आती है कि दुनिया है, बस अनादि अनंत है, न किसी ने बनाई,
अनादि अनंत नहीं है. जो आप यूनिवर्स देख रहे हो वो आपके 5 सेंसेस से आता है ना? You experience the world or the universe only through your 5 senses. You have no other way. तो जो कुछ आप अपने आंखों से देख रहे हो, कानों से सुन रहे हो, और बाकी 3 जो हमारे सेंसेस हैं, जिनसे आपको एक्सपीरियंस होता है लाइफ का, दैट इज द यूनिवर्स. करेक्ट? यस और नो?
नो.
और इज देयर एनी अदर वे हाउ यू
नहीं,
इंटरप्रेट द
यूनिवर्स की रेफरेंस इतनी सीमित कैसे हुई कि मेरी पंचायत गृह में जो आता है वही यूनिवर्स है? यूनिवर्स इज मच बियॉन्ड
उसके अलावा आप कैसे किसी चीज को एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हो, बताओ ना. द होल यूनिवर्स इज एक्सपीरियंस्ड बाय द from the five senses into your mind.
या
5 senses के थ्रू, माइंड के थ्रू आप पूरे यूनिवर्स को एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हो. Otherwise, how are you experiencing? You cannot have any other clue to experience anything in life. एक सेकंड विजय जी, आ रहा हूं. अब जब मैं बोल रहा हूं कि the divinity, the source of all these creation, is beyond the universe, which means beyond time, space, and causation. The whole universe is governed by time and space and causation. Correct? Yes. Now, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is beyond this time, space, and causations, and they are the ones who have created this universe. Get that point? So that they are out of the universe. Understand it that way. आप अपने सारे यूनिवर्स को 5 सेंसेस से फील करते हैं. 5 सेंसेस से आप भगवान को नहीं देख सकते, भगवान को एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर सकते. Okay, you have to transcend your body, you have to transcend your mind, and then you become one with the divinity. Okay,
इस शरीर में रहते हुए भगवान को एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर सकते.
शरीर में रहते हुए कर सकते हो, बट आपको जब वो एक्सपीरियंस होगा, दैट टाइम यू हैव ट्रांसेंडेड योर बॉडी एंड माइंड. दैट इज व्हेन यू बिकम वन विद द सोर्स ऑफ लाइफ. करेक्ट? यस और नो?
Maybe yes.
Okay, so think about it. Think about it. See, you don't have to agree with me.
Yeah.
You don't have to disagree with me. Just inquire into it. Yes.
Can
And
you
meanwhile,
repeat
let
the
us
last
see
two?
what Amit ji has to say, and then Vijay ji what he has to say. Yes, Amit ji, go ahead.
Can you repeat the last two statements?
I have no clue what
Mine?
I've said.
No. Shashi sir. Acha.
What I've said is the whole universe,
I-
as we understand, is interpreted by the 5 senses, and it is interpreted by the mind. करेक्ट? ब्रेन के सेंटर में जाता है, तो हम जो देखते हैं, जो सुनते हैं, उससे हम अपनी पूरी दुनिया का इंफॉर्मेशन अंदर लेते हैं. उसी के अनुसार माइंड प्रोसेस करता है, एंड ज्ञानेंद्रियों के थ्रू मैसेज इनपुट होता है,
Correct.
कर्मेंद्रियों के थ्रू आप एक्शन लेते हो. तो योर होल
Yes.
यूनिवर्स इज इंटरप्रेटेड बाय द 5 सेंसेस थ्रू द माइंड. इनके थ्रू आप डिविनिटी को एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड में डिविनिटी है ही नहीं. Get the point? So you have to go beyond the universe, you have to go beyond the senses, you have to come inside actually. बाहर की दुनिया में वस्तु, व्यक्ति, परिस्थिति में भगवान नहीं मिलेंगे, उनके सिंबल्स मिलेंगे, भगवान नहीं मिलेंगे. सेंसेस के भी और अंदर आना पड़ेगा, माइंड के भी और अंदर आना पड़ेगा. Then you transcend your senses, your mind, and then you get in touch with the divinity within you. So you have to transcend body, transcend mind, and then go deep inside. That is when you get in touch with yourself, which is called self-realization or God realization. Correct? And that is beyond the universe. वो आपके अंदर ही है, लेकिन it is beyond the universe because you ultimately are divine and you are also beyond this universe. आपका बॉडी और माइंड इस यूनिवर्स में है, आप इस यूनिवर्स के नहीं हैं. और ये थोड़ा सा हाई लेवल ऑफ ज्ञान हो जाएगा, इसलिए मैं ये अभी बोलना नहीं चाह रहा. ठीक है? तो आत्मा और परमात्मा इस यूनिवर्स के परे हैं, ये समझिए. और आप आत्मा हैं, आप शरीर नहीं है. यही हमारी बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग में गूफ अप हो जाता है. हम बोलते हैं मैं शरीर नहीं, मैं आत्मा हूँ, मैं अजर हूँ, अमर हूँ, अविनाशी हूँ, लेकिन इंट्रैक्शन में हम हमेशा अपने आप को शरीर ही मानते हैं. भगवान को भी बाहर ढूंढ रहे हैं दुनिया में, जो कि वो मिलेंगे ही नहीं, क्योंकि 5 सेंसेस के थ्रू जो आप कर रहे हैं उससे भगवान नहीं मिलने वाले. ठीक है सुशील जी, आप थोड़ा सा सोचिए, विल कम बैक. करेक्ट?
Okay.
All right, let's
Thank you.
acknowledge
Thank you.
Sushil ji. That's a very, very practical and very important question that he has raised. All right, very good. Anybody else who has any question or anything you want to share, please feel free to do that. I can continue this overview in another session. I don't mind. आज 3 लॉस ही कवर करेंगे तो भी चलेगा, but you should be clear, right? So we have
I
covered.
like your discussion about God. Um, I mean, I had that experience. That's why I said कि I'm doing spirituality, because when I started chanting and I was working on a particular goal, and a lot of things happened which were invisible. Matlab, I could see protection coming my way. Suddenly something is happening in my favor. So that I would like to call it as God. Is and that was happening when I was chanting. So I was using my voice and I had a goal in my mind. And I had a lot of guidance.
Okay, good.
I mean, there was a girl, she called me, and she was, I mean, she acted like she acted like a best friend, you know. She would guide me, ऐसे chant कर, ये सोच, ऐसे लिख, ऐसे manifest. इससे पहले I was in a corporate job, so मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं आता था ये सब. So but anyway, so but my thing was that I couldn't, that is something I can talk to you, but I can't talk to anybody in the family. I mean, they don't understand. जैसे पता नहीं क्या बात करती रहती है. You know what I'm saying?
वो interested नहीं है spirituality में, आप हो, बात खत्म हो गई.
Just that I feel, I mean, it's a bit inconvenient for me to live, you know what I'm saying? थोड़ा सा दिक्कत, but मैं कर रही हूँ manage.
See, never say it is very difficult to live with people who are not on the path of spirituality. They are doing their own evolution at their own pace. आप उनसे 4 कदम आगे हैं, तो उनको इतना ही फर्क है. वो आपसे 4 कदम पीछे हैं और बाकी कोई जो है वो आपसे 4 कदम आगे होंगे, इतना ही फर्क होगा. सारी जर्नी पे हैं. If you are a human being, which we all are, then we are already on the path of spirituality. We have no option. अब कुछ लोग जागते हुए ही जा रहे हैं, कुछ लोग सोते हुए जा रहे हैं, इतना ही फर्क है.
Okay.
वो सो रहे हैं, आप जाग गए हो, और चलना बहुत दूर है.
But that's a good point.
Yeah.
But I don't want to even think that I know more.
No,
because whenever I start thinking I know.
It's not a question, Veena ji.
Then
it's not, Veena ji, hold on. It is not a question of knowing more or less. It is a question of your own journey. आप पहले कहाँ थे, अभी कहाँ हो, और आगे कहाँ जाना है. Okay? So start from where you are. Use all the resources that you are having right now. Participate in satsang like this, where you meet like-minded people who can help you to move forward in your journey. Correct? And जो पीछे रह गए हैं उनको भी बुलाइए, साथ में चलेंगे. Right? That is how you move forward. That is how you spread the light.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very good. Let's acknowledge Veena ji.
Thank you.
Right. Anybody else who has anything to share or ask, please go ahead.
Hi, I am Bhavna Singh. I joined the class today, and I like all the 3 points you tell us, right? And the last one was very nice, that whatever we give, we will get back that.
Yeah.
So first we have to give to the society, to the people whom we are belong to. So today I started my class with you, and I'm very happy that I joined it. Thank you.
Very good. Perfect. You're at the right space. So keep coming here, and you will find some pearls of wisdom coming to you. Take that and keep moving on the journey. Right? All right. Very good. Let's acknowledge everybody who shared. Bhavna ji, Bino ji, Amit ji, and Vijay ji. Yes, and of course, Sushil ji. Yes. So what we have covered so far is law of pure potentiality, which I call law B. We have seen law of giving and receiving, and we have also seen law of karma. Now, law of karma is very, very important, and we're going to do, when we do this in the session, we will go into the depths of what kind of karma do you create, and how you are going to neutralize the effects of these karma while you are moving on in this life. Yes. Okay. Now we move to the fourth spiritual law of least effort. लॉ ऑफ कर्मा समझ लिया, उसके बाद हम कर्म जब करेंगे तो हमको एफर्ट डालने पड़ते हैं. ज्यादातर क्या होता है, 95% of the people are putting in more efforts than required, and feeling very, you can say, since they are not getting the result, they feel frustrated, desperate, stressed out. So all these are symptoms of what? That law of least effort. इस spiritual law को ना वो समझे हैं, ना वो अप्लाई कर पा रहे हैं. तो जब आप स्पिरिचुअल लॉ समझ जाएंगे और फिर आप एक्शंस करेंगे, योर एक्शंस विल बी एफर्टलेस। एंड आई ऑलवेज से स्पिरिचुअलिटी में आप जो भी साधना कर रहे हैं, इट हैज टू बी एफर्टलेस। एफर्ट लग रहा है तो आप गलत कर रहे हैं कुछ। एफर्ट अगर लग रहा है तो आप सही स्पिरिचुअलिटी में कम से कम नहीं करें। देखिए, बाहर की दुनिया में सक्सेस चाहिए तो काम करना पड़ेगा, और कुछ रिजल्ट्स अगर आईएएस के लिए आपको पढ़ना है और क्लियर करना है तो 20 दिन में 20 घंटे पढ़ने भी पड़ेंगे। वो अलग बात है। आप ये नहीं कह रहा कि एफर्ट नहीं करना है, लेकिन जो ये करते हैं उनको वो एफर्ट नहीं लगता है, उनका वो पैशन है, उनको वही करना है और कुछ करना ही नहीं है लाइफ में, राइट? लाइक इफ आई से अबाउट माई पैशन फॉर हीलिंग, मेरे को हीलिंग कोई काम लगता ही नहीं है, मैं 24 घंटे हीलिंग करता हूँ। Okay, now that doesn't mean I don't do anything else. I do everything else, but along with that I keep doing my healing. Right now also, if I'm doing a session, doesn't mean that I'm not healing myself. I am healing myself. So once a healer, always a healer, and I heal myself 24 hours a day. I'm so passionate about it. And is it work for me? No, absolutely no. There is no effort, minimum effort. Get my point? So if you are very passionate and enthusiastic about something, then there is no struggle. This is called the law of least effort. Number 1. तो जैसे सचिन तेंदुलकर के लिए क्रिकेट खेलना है, या अमिताभ बच्चन या शाहरुख खान के लिए एक्टिंग करना है, now they love it so much, it is not an effort for them. They want to do it, and they want, if they don't do it, then it becomes an effort. इसके अलावा तो और कुछ करना ही नहीं है ना उनको। Get my point? So identify your passion, and in the outside world, जो व्यवहारिक जिंदगी में आप जी रहे हो, आप अगर वो काम कर रहे हो जो आपको अच्छा लगता है, जिसके लिए आप पैशनेट हो, जिसके लिए आप enthusiastic हो, then you will see that automatically you are following the law of least effort. Correct? Now, when we live in this world, what happens? हम लोगों को जज करना शुरू कर देते हैं। वो झूठ बोलता है, वो चोरी करता है, वो धोखा देता है, वो बदतमीज है, मेरे को गुस्सा आ रहा है उसको देख के, मैं उसको मारूंगा। तो क्या हो रहा है? Now you are not accepting the people the way they are and the way they are not. You want them to behave in a particular way, and that is where you are struggling. You are trying to change the other people in your life. क्या नहीं कर रहे हम अपनी लाइफ में हर एक इंसान को चेंज करना चाह रहे हैं, जबकि हमारा कंट्रोल सिर्फ एक ही इंसान पे है। किस पे? अपने आप पे। हम अपने आप को चेंज कर लें और उनको एक्सेप्ट कर लें। हम अपने आप को एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, मैं तो ऐसा ही हूँ, अब बाकी सारे चेंज हो जाओ, नहीं होने वाला है। तो स्ट्रगल रहेगी। बॉस ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, वाइफ ऐसी नहीं होनी चाहिए, पड़ोसी ऐसे नहीं होने चाहिए, उनको ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए, वो ऐसे ही हैं और वो ऐसे ही करेंगे। नाउ व्हाट? यू वांट टू लूज योर पीस ऑफ लाइफ? आप अपनी लाइफ में से पीस, जॉय, लव हटाना चाह रहे हो? गो अहेड, डिस्ट्रॉय योर लाइफ। अदरवाइज यू एक्सेप्ट देम, वो ऐसे ही हैं और वो ऐसे ही रहेंगे। नाउ आई हैव ए चॉइस टू बी happy and peaceful in spite of they doing whatever they are doing. It's like saying that dog should not bark. Dog will bark. Now what? Can you maintain love, peace and joy in your life when you see a dog? No, I'm touching a very difficult topic of dog. There was a lot of issue, so I don't want to get into that. Okay, let's go take a cow. आप काऊ को बोलते हो क्या इम्बे करती रहती है, ये आवाज नहीं अच्छी, ये नहीं करना चाहिए, या कौआ को काऊ काऊ नहीं करना चाहिए। They are doing exactly what they are designed to do. उस लाइफ फॉर्म में अगर आप भी होते तो आप काऊ ही करते। So don't mess around with people how they should behave. You see, they are going to behave this way. Now what am I going to do? This gives you a lot of acceptance, and many other aspects of law of least effort we will see when we touch on this topic. Correct? I hope I have made it clear to everybody, law of least effort. Any questions? Feel free to do that. So this is overview of law of least effort. Yes, Bhavna ji, you want to share something?
No, this is no. I just no. This is okay. I understood this, and your this thing is very nice because the phase I am going through is I want to change few things in my life. Right? Earlier, I was very good. Spiritually, I was doing good. I was doing Jap Mala. I go to my NGO. I did my social work, whatever life has given me, I'm giving it back. But from few months, I'm trying to change few things in my life, and I got disturbed. And that's why I talked to my Didi that I want to heal, that why I'm doing this. So from your this good quote, it's fine with me that yes, a dog will bark, cow will do this, and the people will do what they are meant to be. One has to search peace within,
Yes,
again within.
because you have
This is
to change yourself,
uh,
nothing else. You have to change your response to whatever they are doing,
whatever they are doing. Yes,
and that will
this
give
is
you
thank
peace.
you.
Yeah,
Uh,
perfect,
this is a
perfect,
social.
Bhavana ji. Wonderful.
Uh,
See, when I talk of these spiritual laws, I want you to actually apply these in your life. That's why I'm going
right.
into the practical aspect of it. Otherwise, it will all be
Mm,
theory. ये सब आपने पढ़ा होगा. कितने लोगों ने दीपक चोपड़ा की ये बुक पढ़ी हुई है?
uh,
बताइए. बहुत लोगों ने पढ़ी हुई है. लाइफ ट्रांसफॉर्म हुई उनकी? नहीं हुई. Let me tell
mm,
you very clearly. Maybe 0.00001% of the people would have transformed their life after reading the book. Why? Because it remains as a concept. They're not able to apply
yes,
it. Correct? Law of least
yes,
effort की बात
yes.
करते हैं, वापस ऑफिस पहुंचते हैं, बॉस कहता है व्हाट द हेल इज दिस, एवरीथिंग गोस आउट ऑफ द विंडो. एंड देन इसे बॉस हिटलर है, मर जाना चाहिए, उसको मैं गोली मार दूंगा, एंड ऑल दिस स्टफ स्टार्ट्स. करेक्ट? So unnecessary negative thinking will start, overthinking will start, and you will lose your peace of mind just because your boss said something. So always remember,
Yes.
dog will bark. Yes.
Let
The
them do. Let them do.
crow will say calm, calm, because that is their nature. They are not going to change.
Mm,
You change your response to them. Basically, accept them. Correct? All right. Very
right.
good. Let's acknowledge Bhavna ji. Very good.
Thank you.
Yes. Now we come to the fifth law. Anybody else? Meanwhile, anybody else who wants to share? Okay. So we'll quickly move on to the fifth law because we're reaching the closing time also, though I will extend it, not a problem. But let us look at the fifth law. What is the fifth law? Law of intention and desire. This is very powerful. अब हम क्या देख रहे हैं? हमने law of being देखा, law of pure potentiality देखा, that I am divine. And then we are seeing how you are going to move and manifest your desires in life. When you are manifesting these are the laws which will be governing it. The law of giving and receiving, law of karma, law of least effort, and now law of intention and desire. So when we do this in the session, we will see the difference between what is intention, what is desire, and we will also see how do you manifest your heart को मतलब वो desires जो आपके लिए बहुत जरूरी है लाइफ में. How are you going to manifest that in your life? So there is a law behind it. So we are going to follow that. So intention, just to give you in one line, intention is the purest form of desire. Desire में थोड़ा सा आप बोल सकते हो इम्प्योरिटी आ जाती है, क्योंकि उसमें थोड़ा सेल्फिशनेस आ जाएगा. मेरी डिजायर है, पूरी होनी चाहिए, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. हाँ, तो वो सब चीजें आ जाती है. तो उसका प्योरेस्ट फॉर्म अगर निकाल लो डिजायर में से, प्योरेस्ट फॉर्म, दैट विल बी द इंटेंशन. एंड दैट इंटेंशन in the form of thoughts, in the form of words, will go into the universe and get a tathastu from the universe. From whom? From the causeless cause. And then it will come and manifest in your life. That is the process we are going to understand and go into the full details of law of intention and desire. So with the intention of the desire, we are going to manifest the desired results in our life. So that is in short a summarization of law of this spiritual law of fifth law, law of intention and desire. Correct? Yes, Vijay, go ahead. आप म्यूट में. हाँ.
Since it's a law, causeless cause will have no option but to give.
Yes. In fact, the universe is always the universe. When I say universe, it is the intelligence of behind the universe, which is the causeless cause. They are always saying only one thing.
Love, peace, and joy.
No, God is always saying only one thing. Whatever you say, what will the God say? चाहे ऋषि मुनि ने, हमने कहानियों में सुना है ना, ये ऋषि मुनि वरदान मांगते हैं, भगवान बोलते हैं तथास्तु. रावण भी जाके वरदान मांगता है, भगवान बोलते हैं तथास्तु. उनका एक ही जवाब है तथास्तु. आप जो मांगोगे तथास्तु. हमको मांगना ही नहीं आता. So when we do the law of intention and desire, we will know exactly what to ask and what are the thoughts, what are the words which go behind that intention. So when you draft out an intention and then you do that in a particular way, it goes into the universe, gets the tathastu and gives you the desired results. Now let me give you a very, I won't say humorous, but give you a more interesting example. Okay. हे भगवान मैं एग्जाम में फेल ना हो जाऊं. हे भगवान मैं एग्जाम में फेल ना हो जाऊं. हे भगवान मैं एग्जाम में फेल ना हो जाऊं. हे भगवान मैं एग्जाम में फेल ना हो जाऊं. रोज मैं 108 बार में अगर ये मैं बोलूं तो आपको क्या लगता है मैं क्या क्या हो एग्जाम में? एनीबॉडी?
फेल ही हो गए.
आपका फोकस फेलियर पे है. एग्जाम में फेल, तथास्तु, आप फेल हो जाओगे. क्लियर? So you should know what you are asking. Don't focus, because see, where focus goes, energy flows and results follow. It doesn't matter what you are focusing on. Whatever you focus on will manifest in your life. So you're focusing on exam में fail. मिले या ना मिले is not important. What are you focusing on? Exam में failure. मिल जाएगा. Right? बीमार ना पड़ जाऊं, पड़ोगे. एक्सीडेंट ना हो जाए, होगा. वो मुझे छोड़ के ना चले जाएंगे. Get my point? So you should know what you want to ask. So get your intention, get your desire, get the purest form of that as the intention. Now manifest this intention following the law of intention and desire, and then you will be able to manifest it. That is the fifth law, law of intention and desire. So we'll look into this, give you practical ways how you're going to apply that in your life. All these laws, in fact. So we will, part of the session will be how to implement these in our life, right? So that is the fifth law. Now we come to the sixth law. Sixth law is law of detachment. Now घर वर छोड़ के भागना नहीं है. Detachment is always at the mind level, not at the physical level. तो घर बार छोड़ के नहीं भागना है, फैमिली को छोड़ के नहीं भागना है. इसी दुनिया में रहना है, गृहस्थ जीवन में रहना है, लेकिन टोटली डिटैचमेंट के साथ. तो ये कैसे होगा? This we will understand in the law of detachment. So mentally you have to be detached. कर्म करो, लेकिन रिजल्ट्स को डिवाइन पे छोड़ दो. तो ये भगवत गीता में भी सिखाया हुआ है, लॉ ऑफ कर्मा में भी बताया हुआ है. तो लॉ ऑफ डिटैचमेंट बेसिकली सेज मेक योर एफर्ट्स बट डू नॉट बी अटैच्ड टू द रिजल्ट. करेक्ट? सो दैट इज द लॉ ऑफ डिटैचमेंट. विल सी दैट इन बिग वे एंड आपके सारे फंडे उसमें क्लियर हो जाएंगे. बट राइट नाउ इन केस यू हैव anything to share or ask, please go ahead. Okay. Next we come to the seventh law, which is the law of purpose of life. It's also called law of dharma. So law of dharma, purpose of life, or law of your basic nature. धर्म का मतलब आपका बेसिक नेचर क्या है? That is also part of this law of dharma or purpose of life. करेक्ट? तो एक पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ हमारा एक ह्यूमैनिटी, एक ह्यूमन रेस की तरह है. ऑल ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैव वन पर्पस, एंड एज एन इंडिविजुअल आल्सो यू विल हैव ए पर्पस ऑफ योर लाइफ. नाउ फॉर सम इट कुड बी बिकमिंग ए हीलर, फॉर सम इट कुड बी बिकमिंग एन एक्टर, फॉर सम इट कुड बी बिकमिंग ए क्रिकेटर. तो एक पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ है, एक गोल है जिसको आप अचीव करने के लिए अपने एफर्ट्स लगाएंगे. राइट? दैट पर्पस, ऑल योर एक्शंस, रादर योर कर्मा शुड बी अलाइन्ड विद योर धर्मा. That is the law of dharma. Correct? So these are the 7 laws. We have reached the scheduled time, but I will take a few more minutes to check the understanding from all of you. So anybody who wants to ask or anybody who wants to share, please go ahead. From next week onwards, we will look into the first law. We will start with that. Every session we will cover one law, and then we will cover all these 7 laws. इसके बाद भी अगर कोई स्पिरिचुअल लॉस हैं जो आप कवर करना चाहते हैं, we will cover that in detail. Right? Yes. So anybody else wants to share or ask anything? What are you taking away from the session? If you want to share that also, that is welcome. Anybody?
Shashidarji, nothing specific, but law of dharma that you mentioned in the end.
Yeah.
Would it mean that being passionate about doing something and then you chase that, or?
Law, that is a purpose. First, you have to have the purpose.
If there is no purpose?
There will be a purpose. As long as you are breathing, there is a purpose. See, एक humanity का एक human race का, human beings का एक purpose है. As a species, we have a purpose. And as an individual also, you have a purpose in the materialistic world.
Okay,
तो
I'll
दोनों
look
अलाइन
forward
हो
to
जाएंगे
that.
तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. नहीं भी होंगे तो दो पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ तो आपके चलेंगे ही चलेंगे.
I'll look forward to that session.
Sure. Welcome. Yes, Amit ji, anything you want to share before we close? Mute पे आप mute पे.
You're saying that we all have a purpose. So I think there is a common purpose that we all have. Everybody has one common purpose.
As a
right?
species, yes.
Yeah.
You are expressing your basic nature.
And what is that common purpose?
We'll come to that in the session. With the last session है ना sir? थोड़ा suspense भी होना चाहिए ना.
Yeah, I know that I just want to have the resonance that am I aligned or not, but yeah, that's okay.
Yes, you're aligned. Absolutely. All right. So then in this case, we close the session now. So thank you very much for your participation, and all of you, I hope, have gone with a lot of value. So enjoy week. Next week onwards, we will start with the first law of your potentiality. Till then, Aham Brahmasmi. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Love you.